man, you guys, this is devastating.
I'm sorry, like when you have so many coincidences, it's hard to be like, oh, it's not that. It's just that there's 15 really important coincidences. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying that's where it's at yet, but I'm sure as the story develops, it'll venture into that. Martin, you really gotta say something again, Martin? I mean, I gave you some time already. I think we're done for now, at least. MC, hello.
Oh, I was going to try my joke again, but yeah, wowie Maui. I'm sorry you're dealing with that, Shelley, and it's probably insensitive for me to say it like that, but yeah, sorry. Okay, so trying my joke. What do you get when you combine a joke with a hypothetical question?
Guess it would be hyperbole.
I get that is the whole joke,
So,
by the
can
way.
you imagine? We have 2,000 structures down. People have no homes. Everything they have is burnt up. They don't even have a credit card to buy gas. You can't even imagine the
What?
position that everyone's in here.
And
Well,
it just so happens to not have burnt down any of Oprah's bullshit or the other rich billionaire fucks bullshit either, right? That's amazing.
There was 3 fires burning at the same time. Lahaina was the worst.
That's what I want to know. Did these all start at the same time, or was
We
it?
had high winds. We had a hurricane off the coast.
I saw.
I took pictures of the winds that morning. I stayed in the house because coconuts were falling from the trees and branches were flying.
Will you
They
show us
got
the
up, they were
pictures?
20 to 60 miles an hour. But yeah, power lines went down, transformers exploded. Oh my goodness sakes. I don't know.
Shelly, how are you? Long time. Our old
Love
power
you.
lines,
Where you
our
been,
old.
Libra?
I've been around. Just when I'm off Twitter for a day, then it becomes a week, and I don't know. But I want to ask you about. Well, I could ask you a lot, but like, are all the power lines still on lines there, or any buried?
We
You
got
know,
30 cell towers down. Okay. They're looking
wow.
at no power for at least 2 weeks to those
I mean, like the
areas.
initial fire, the initial fire, how they want to say it started, or I know they don't clear cut
I
anywhere
don't
anymore.
know
They don't
yet.
allow them.
I saw,
Yeah.
all the videos you've probably seen and stuff.
What are you seeing? What did you see when the fire started? That's what I
I
want to.
saw nothing. The wind was blowing off the ocean and it was blowing away from me until my husband came home from work. I didn't even listen to the news that day. And I didn't know till my husband came home from work at 5 that evening.
Did your place? Your place obviously didn't get.
Now I'm on the other side. I'm on the wet side of the island also.
I see. Well, that's good news.
there's a wet side.
There's a dry side, a wet side, a windward side, a leeward side. There's all kinds of different weather on islands,
The wet side sounds like.
which I never knew till I moved here. Okay, 10 months ago to Hawaii, and I'm learning. Okay, but the first time the sirens went off, I was scared to death. Ran out of my house, held my hands over my ears. They're for tsunamis and stuff, whatever. So they're so loud, they'll break your eardrums if you're too close to them. So they didn't let them off. Why? I don't know, because they test them, they use them for everything. It does not make sense.
Hey Shelley, I'm so profoundly, sorry for what you're going through. I mean, I can't even have the words to express it, right? But uh, what can you educate me more about the property, capitalists who have been trying to buy up the land, and who to, which specific organizations or
Uh,
what personalities might be most
No,
interested oh, yes.
I just.
well, they want that land. They want to. The Hawaiians have lots of treaties, so they only allow certain restaurants on the island, certain grocery stores, and they limit them. So the Walmart here, which my husband works for, he does all the maintenance, refrigeration, and everything. That's why I'm here. So my husband, oh God, I lost my train right there for a second. So they don't allow a lot of entities here, and they fight them. Okay, they don't want it developed. They want it to be natural, but they do need the tourism. They don't have other resources for money here, which maybe they need to and get the fucking tourists out of here. I'm on their side. They need to take their islands back and throw us all off of here. I think they need to set the example for the rest of the country, the world. I really do. I really do at this point.
Are you convinced, or not convinced, but at this present moment, do you think this was some sort of intentional event?
I think it was a perfect storm that they knew was going to happen someday and they waited on it. That's what I think at this point.
I see. So just a lucky, lucky day. And just at a very, very lucky, lucky time, just a month before this big.
They were told it was going to happen. They had diagrams and paperwork to show what would go down. They knew exactly how it would go down when it happened. They were warned and told. Okay, so there's a 24-page document out of China where they did a study and they used Maui. I think it's out of China, don't quote me on this. Where they used Maui as an example for a super city. Are you fucking kidding me?
I would agree. Mello, you let Lily back up again? What are you doing?
My apologies. Hi, Lily.
She breaks the rules. She knows what happens. How's it going, Erickson? Is this the Erickson that has like a report and everything? Are you Mr. Erickson?
No, he's not that Erickson.
No, Shelley, would you please keep in close contact with me? And you've got my article on the wildfires. Uh, Now about these power lines, the New York Post just came out and said it's power lines. But be very wary of that, Shelley, because when I was covering fires in California, I don't know exactly the reason for this, but power companies like to take responsibility for these wildfires. I don't know if it's because of a land grab, insurance, it could be 1,000 things. But this is, just like you said, this is much deeper than people think. What else? The Washington Post just put out an hour-by-hour timeline of what took place. And there was a brush fire early in the morning. The fire department came out. We're talking about ground zero here, according to the Post, if you believe them. There was a fire on, I can't remember the name of the road, but the fire department came out and put it out, and then a few hours later, another one started further down the road. So this could absolutely be power lines. This could absolutely be arson. This could be contrary to popular belief, most people don't believe directed energy weapons exist, but they do. That is definitely a possibility. The technology is there. The World Economic Forum uh, in 2018 came out and said they wanted to make Hawaii the first state, the first clean energy state. So all you have to do, Shelley, in the next year or two, just ask yourself the question, Who is going to benefit from these wildfires? Because I guarantee you, the rich and the powerful, the most richest people in the world live on that island. So there's something going on. So ask yourself and watch insurance companies, watch the land grabs, watch everything and see who is going to benefit from this, because somebody is. Now, the Red Cross is in there. Red Cross has been caught stealing money so many times, it's not even freaking funny. So they're going to benefit for sure. They're still looking for $500 million for what took place in Haiti. So
Right.
yeah, please keep in touch with me and keep a hold of my article.
Right now they're
I
making.
sent you my phone number, so you can text me or call me.
Yes, hear me?
Even if they want to say it's power lines, what's their excuse for not burying them?
Well, look at this too. Look in the past, there's been hurricanes and tsunamis in Hawaii with strong winds. Is this the first time in history that they've had strong winds and all of a sudden all the power lines go? Did they go down before, decades before, when there was high winds?
We had the same kind of winds like 3 weeks before that when the hurricane was off the coast. Exactly same kind.
Could it be like a deterioration of infrastructure?
It's that. It's the perfect storm, is what it is.
Well, if it's that, that means the power companies aren't doing their job. They're too greedy, taking away with their profits and letting the infrastructure go to hell. And they're doing it on purpose. The power companies in California literally got away with murder. In Paradise, 85 dead, two other fires. They murdered people with their ineffective wildfires, and guess what? Went to court and got off scot free.
Erickson, these numbers are going to climb because they only have 3% of the area covered so far for searching. They only got the cadaver dogs in here yesterday, and they have 100 found so far.
And we have all of these terrible disasters happening all around the world. We had a crowd that went to Turkey with the earthquake, and that was also an absolute shit show. We had a group that went from South Africa with dogs and everything, and one of our lead guys came back and actually committed suicide 3 days later. When I lived in Jamaica, we had Hurricane Ivan coming through in 2004. And apart from that, we had a number of hurricanes that had hit Haiti. And Haiti always seems to be affected for whatever reason. It just always gets fucked over. And the long and short of it is the UN and Red Cross, they go in and apparently save the day, but goodness knows what they're doing with the children and everything else. So currently we have over 400 firefighters from South Africa that have gone to Canada. I mean, we don't even have that many firefighters in South Africa. And apparently these guys are all in Canada and are fighting fires that are just erupting out of nowhere. It's actually energy weapons. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And they are making sure that they are getting like young, healthy people into the country from Africa. And that guy from Gambia, well, shame on him because we're not all from the begging bowl. People are being taken from here, whether they like it or not. I don't know what the fuck's going on, guys, but it's not good. Anyway, I'm speaking from South Africa, so
I don't know if anyone's speaking right now. I don't hear anyone, but Shelly, you got your hand up.
I was brought to my attention yesterday that the child trafficking, they like disasters like this, they go in and try to snatch up children because, yeah, say they're dead, say they never found them. I don't know, but that pretty much is concerning me right now, too, about the missing, the 800 missing people.
Yeah, that's beyond terrifying. I hope there's some authority or some kind of people like keeping track of who's going on and off the island because yeah, they should be checking to see, if there's the missing people there, especially the children. And my goodness, yeah, the trafficking of young people is I mean, I don't know if it's just the extent to which we can gather and share data in the modern age versus previous times, but it does, from my limited perspective, seem like exponential increase in the amount of child trafficking and just disappearing people in general. And it's perhaps the most disturbing thing that's going on.
I would say if you guys want to help anybody, get on the private GoFundMe's of the people and make sure you're donating to real humans. But I feel the same way about the Red Cross. I have people calling me that do not want to donate to the Red Cross. They want to know who needs it directly. So there's 40, yeah, well, yesterday there was at least 40 GoFundMe's from personal families. They need just maybe a ticket to get to the mainland to stay at one of their relatives. We don't know what they need. They may just need a little something to help them. So check out the GoFundMe's if you want to help.
Yeah.
I think personal people need just things, just tickets, just who knows what they need.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. That was any sort of insight you have into which organizations, which charitable organizations would be the most honest and effective to actually getting the resources to those who need them.
Homeowners insurance.
I don't think that's a charitable organization, is it? Anyway, what I was
It
saying.
takes months to get money from insurance companies. So these people might get money later or maybe not. We don't know. Some people have their homes paid off and are on fixed incomes trying to hang on to them and they don't have insurance. So we don't really know what people had. We don't know if, like I heard in Oregon, they came in and told them they didn't cover wildfires. So a lot of people thought they had in fire insurance, but they didn't. So we don't know yet. That would be Rebecca. I see her in the room.
Well, wouldn't it fall under like hurricane insurance too, or like?
Honey, I don't know what their insurance policy said or what the clauses in them were.
They might actually call it force majeure, something like that. And I don't think that it's covered by all insurances, unfortunately.
I just thought you had to have homeowners insurance, and based on weather patterns, that you had to implement a certain type of contingency taking care of that aspect. So that's just what I know.
But force majeure is not something that's something that is not expected. Force majeure. Look it up. It's not hurricanes or anything for the area. Oh, it could be, but
Like in
no.
Florida, you have to buy flood insurance from FEMA if you want
It's okay.
insured. Every
Okay.
area is different. I don't know what their insurance entails here.
Tell me that you were wrong whenever you're ready.
Hey, Sign, is it? This is someone's talking. I just popped in to say, hey, I left in the thread the data that I was talking about earlier about the conference coming up to make it a smart city. I've been hearing a lot of that in the wind, and that may be the MO for, I mean, there's no good answer to why it happened, but no conspiracy. It's right there in the open pretty much. Or I think. But anyway, talk to you later. Bye.
What time is it where you are, Shelley?
9:04 in the morning.
Okay, so it's 2 in the afternoon where I'm at. Yeah, I'll give you a call. What's the best time to contact you?
Anytime. I get up very early. So, anytime, Erickson, just give me a call.
Okay, thanks.
We can do it. Just call me. I'll answer.
Shelley, what I was trying to ask before is if you have any suggestions on organizations that you feel to be more trustworthy, perhaps you can share it with us. I'm also I'm working on an entrepreneurial project that which I'll be sharing more soon, but it has to do with charitable work. Part of it, it's a certain amount of the proceeds of everything that we do goes to a different charity every month. So I'm researching this stuff as well, and I'm trying to compile a list of the most effective, honest charitable organizations. And obviously, you guys on your island need it more than anyone. So please share any info you might have on that, please.
Me and my husband like Habitat for Humanity. We built houses in Florida. We've already got a phone. We've already talked to them. We were going to start building a house in September for a Hawaiian. And he called them the other day and he's waiting for a phone call back from them to see if they're going to go into action and help recover and do different things. Habitat for Humanity is a very, very good organization. As far as I know, if anybody knows otherwise, please let me know because I do not know everything. But I will try to look into things and see, talk to people, and it's too early. But I will definitely let you know what I think.
Yeah, thanks. And for everyone who has information on that stuff, that's something I'm trying to educate myself about. If I'm going to be hopefully raising money for a different charity every month, I want to make sure they're actually, good organizations. So thank you.
I'm really interested in anything more that you want to share about the islands. Like, I would find it helpful, or about this event. Like, every piece of data is important, and getting data early on is important. Just the things that like people are remembering while it's still fresh in their mind.
I think the videos are just coming out about how harrowing everything was. So this one couple hung onto the wall of Lahaina. They jumped out of their car and jumped into the water. They hung onto the wall for 8 hours before they were rescued. They helped other people over the wall. They even ran into a dead body. Now, the harrowing stories that are going to come out are getting very hard to listen to already, and I've only heard a few, and they're coming out. So, I don't know. I'm just saying this is going to get hard. We have to keep our vibrations up to help these people, and we have to stay calm. And we have to do whatever we can because if there was a natural disaster in Texas, everybody be heading right there right now. But you can't head 2,000 miles into the Pacific to help these people. So we've got to do what we do for other states. We've got to help these people.
Just a shot in the dark here, but because this tragedy has affected more affluent people, I have a feeling they may react a little faster than, say, Katrina, other catastrophes.
So it affected affluent people. You're sure of that? Because I haven't heard that yet.
What's that? It's not Betty. It's not Betty.
Did any of them die? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it was just neighborhoods, regular neighborhoods where people try to keep their houses because the cost of living here is ridiculous. And it's hard to hang on to it because these rich people have raised the cost of living on this island. So regular people cannot live here anymore. These people, I'm getting passionate now. They lost their jobs, folks. They worked at these places that burnt down, okay? They don't have a job. They don't have a home. Their cars burn up. You know how hard it is to get a car on Maui? It has to be shipped. This is a whole different ballpark. And then if you want to get rid of a car, it costs you money. People abandon them. They abandon them because they cannot afford. We do not have dumps. We have the landfills and stuff. There's no place to get rid of this toxic shit here. It's not like the mainland. It's a way, way different ball game.
Yeah, there needs to be a national emergency, which is exactly what needs to be called. It's exactly the thing that would implement things like martial law, all these other wonderful.
They did. And FEMA's here.
FEMA is such a joke. You'll see.
FEMA's telling them to apply and all the stuff that they do. I lived through 2004 hurricanes that she talked about in Florida. So I know a little bit about hurricanes and 2 weeks without power and stuff, but everybody came to the rescue. Power companies from everybody poured down to Florida to help. Okay, it's a way different ball game is what I'm trying to say.
I wasn't saying anything that was contradicting it, but let's go to James. James? Never mind, I meant Bobby.
So, I mean, this whole thing was tragic, but I think we should be more worried about niggers burning down cities whenever they please.
Wonderful. So glad you got to come in here and have an opportunity to spread your bullshit. That's so lovely.
Shelly, sorry if I can just interject and ask Shelly, is your water